The budget position review subcommittee meeting to order. The first item is to fill one position of assistant DA due to resignation. In actuality, the previous individual was making $92,000 a year. The DA is filled this position at an $80,000 a year, plus did not fill a $40,000 position within his office. So it's a total savings of approximately $52,000, and he has no plans of filling the $40,000 position. So this is a position we agreed to do an emergency fill on, but he's bringing it through the committee to do the resolution. The person that was in the position resigned abruptly, and he said he really needed it based on the backlog of cases that he had, both on town courts and county court. So we would need a motion to approve this position.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion Ron Knott, second Jim Guzzi. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Next position, Sheriff, would you like to chime in?
Sure. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm requesting permission to fill a vacant budgeted full-time communications officer position with a base salary of $45,841 due to a resignation that is coming up on October 23rd of this year.
Okay, Sheriff, when we just talked about this previously, you had said if we did not fill this position, it would require 20 shifts of, which would be all overtime?
It would require a minimum of 20 shifts. Yeah, 20 shifts of overtime, which would either be filled by communications officers or deputy sheriffs. And if it was deputy sheriffs, it would be a higher rate of pay than it would be as a communications officer.
And the 20 shifts would be it would be a 20-day, period in a month, which is the whole month, 4 weeks.
Correct. It's 5 shifts a week. It's a full-time position. Correct.
Okay.
So we could incur quite a bit of overtime if we did not fill this.
We will impose quite a bit of overtime if we didn't fill it.
That's because of the union contract specifies the number of staffing? Is this one of those positions?
Yeah. Yes.
The sheriff had indicated, Michael, that this is the only person, it's the midnight shift, and it's the only person on the midnight shift, so.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so I would need a motion to move this forward to public safety.
I'll make a motion.
Motion, Jim Guzzi.
Second, Sterling.
Second, Sarah Sterling. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. I don't think Jack Mabb is on, but Michael, could you explain this?
Absolutely. Good afternoon, everyone. Previously, Jack Mabb had come due to COVID funding that was supplied through the health department for a nursing position as well as a clerk typist position. What happened was through recruitment issues, Jack was unable to secure the person that he originally had wanted for the nursing position, and then started having conversations with Claire Parday down at the healthcare consortium. So what Jack is going to be doing is he is going to be abolishing the nursing position, and he is going to be coming to the board and requesting for a contractual agreement between him and the healthcare consortium to be able to have an employee work for the healthcare consortium through the grant funding and perform that function. And the reason he's coming today to ask for a refill on his clerk typist COVID position is because the person that he had hired is interested in that position and would like to go work for the healthcare consortium in that capacity. So he'll be abolishing the nurse, entering into a position that will be contractual on our end through the healthcare consortium, and then he will still only have the one full-time clerk typist then on county payroll.
So the resolution that we're acting on is to abolish the nursing position and to authorize to fill the clerk typist position. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It says step salary. What would that start at then?
it would be 15% less.
Right. The clerk typist position is a grade 10A. It's actually a 10.5. I don't know if he put the salary on the resolution.
No, that's all right.
$16 something an hour. I saw it somewhere. $16.96 an hour.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's less 15%.
Out of that, right?
No, that's how we got to that number, I think.
Okay.
Because I know the clerk typist actually pays almost $19 an hour.
Okay, so this is the starting 1696, then it steps up?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was kind of, all right.
That's what it says in the resolution. The question I have is, this is a grant-funded position. Is the nurse position that we're abolishing grant-funded as well?
Yeah,
He had,
that money's going to go to contract. So we're not losing the money or wasting the money. It's going to be used on a contractual basis instead of a salary basis.
All right, so Michael, the question I got is, in the budget, he had the RN as a new position under the $266,000 grant for contract tracing. He had a salary of $60,535. That comes out, correct? Or,
yes, right. He's going to take the nursing position out of the 0.1,
and put it to point
and
four.
he will have to enter into whatever he is looking to enter into his 0.4 contractual. He would need to move that over to his contract.
But then I got to add the clerk typist.
The clerk typist is already there.
He already has in his budget.
He had 2 COVID positions, a nurse, which is now going away, and then a COVID clerk typist.
No, he didn't have that in his budget. Well, he had a data clerk. Is that what we're talking about?
We just did it in September.
Right. It just got done last month.
Got to be a data clerk he had in. All right, so I do have a data clerk for $15,000. Sound about right?
No, it was a data clerk. We don't even have a position called a data clerk, and 15,000 is not a full-time position. This is a full-time position that he came in September and approved. It's actually on our open positions, Ron. So you should have it on the budget because you and I reviewed this. It was it is part-time. Excuse me. I apologize. I just looked. It is part-time.
Yeah.
I apologize for that. I'm sorry.
It was create and fill a part-time in September.
Only part-time. Yes. Thank you, Kelly.
And I think he said the position was being hired for data collection at the time.
Yeah.
Right. So a part-time clerk typist. Right.
All right. I'll call Jack and just square the budget out. It's in here. We're just gonna move some 0.1 to 0.4. I think that's about all I got to do. Okay.
So what this resolution would be to abolish the nurse's position and to fill the part-time position with a new person. So I would entertain a motion.
I'll make it, Scalera.
Motion, Rick Scalera. Second.
Sterling, second.
Second, Sterling. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, carried. Now, just so you know, if we get additional information, we can bring it up at the
County
tomorrow Human Services meeting. Because he's going to be bringing this up again tomorrow in regards to the contractual end of it now.
Okay.
Kevin got off the call, but I think to try to explain this, back last year, we passed a resolution where he could have a pool of 6 part-time workers, site workers, to do, to work at the nutrition sites and so on. They haven't filled 2 of those positions because they've been using existing staff to fill them. And what he said was that when they start opening some of the sites up, like in Livingston and I believe Greenport and so on, the people that have been filling in, helping out, now will have to go work at those sites because that's their actual positions. So he's not asking for any more money. He's just asking to add 2 more people to his pool to help cover some of the shifts like at the nutrition center and so on. So it's not an additional budgeted item. I believe it wasn't on and Ron Knott asked the question, it wasn't on the freeze list because they were pool positions. So he's just requesting that he be able to fill 2 of the positions.
Yeah, I think he had different, because these guys were set up to be able to do whatever he needed, the way it sounded too. Yeah. I'll move this.
They're important now, especially since we have more and more people getting meals, especially senior citizens, because of COVID.
Yeah. I'll move it.
A motion for Jim Guzzi, second. Did you second it, Ron?
Yes, I'll second it, yes.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried. And as I said, he's authorized to have up to 6 pool positions, and he's not, it's not any additional funding.
I'll tell you what, I wish him luck trying to find people at $12.97 an hour.
Yeah, me too.
Well, per Rob Lagonia, we may have to revisit that at some point.
You can't find people at $25 an hour sometimes, you know?
The last item that was on the agenda is we're deferring to county government. Suzette, as you know, informed us that one of her, I guess, evaluators, evaluation specialists, is taking another job elsewhere, and she's trying to come up with a plan to be able to deal with the existing contracts, both in with the town of Kinderhook as well as with some of the evaluations that they're doing. So she's going to come to county government meeting, hopefully with a plan next week to that we can then vote on. But there's nothing for us to do at this point in time.
I'm a little confused about why she does not want to go through the process of looking or getting approval to replace this individual now.
Well, I think she does, but I think she knows it's going to take a while, Rick.
Well, you got to start.
Yeah, no, I think, and that may happen. I think the main thing is that she's got to take care of the existing contracts right now. There's certain responsibilities, so it's going to have to probably be a 2-pronged plan. One of looking for a full-time employee, and the second looking at possible contractors maybe to cover our contractual obligations that we have.
Yeah, my concern was I didn't want the outside contractuals to turn into a lot of money for us, you know?
No, and I don't think it will, Jimmy, because we've actually done an awful lot of all of these projects, and we have staff that can do parts of them, but we need to contract with somebody just to do the evaluations of the few projects that need to be completed by the end of the year.
Okay.
And I don't think you're going to bring a new employee in 30 days and then have time to get that all done is the concern. So,
Okay.
but I think we will want to look at filling this. I would like to. I mean, this has been a great program, I think. But as I said before, this took years to get this developed, and we got somebody that's doing the job, but replacing it could take a little time. But we'll get there.
Oh, she's going to get us some prices anyway. So
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. And it's a good program. I agree.
Yeah. We'll get back.
We actually talked about, offering the possibility of offering the current person more money. Actually, Suzette talked about it, but he's going to be getting like 30% more than he's making with us. So I don't think there's any negotiations that's going to happen there.
Wow. Where's he going? Do you know, Matt?
I have no idea. No idea.
It'd be good for us to know what the actual revenue stream we have coming in.
Yeah, Ron started that process. I think we can figure that out.
Yeah.
Sarah, and that we can have that by county government as well.
And don't forget shared services, because there's where the real money is.
Yeah.
A lot more than what we get in revenue. If the town had to go out and do what would probably have to pay in excess of $100,000 or more to have that done. And the town's only paying us that $60,000 or $70,000 or $75,000 is what comes back to us in shared services on top of the $40,000.
Well, like I said, Suzette will be reporting to county government, which is, she just wanted to sort of tee us up in terms of that this could potentially be an issue moving down the road.
Okay.
All right?
Right.
I don't believe we have anything else unless somebody else has anything. I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Motion Ron Now, second Jim Guzzi. All in favor?
All right,
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you all.
thank
You
you.
guys.